Good morning, wherever you are. It's time for a special holiday edition from the Poppy of the Paranormal. Welcome to the Monday Minute. I'm Christian Paul. A little special introduction today, seeing that we're doing an at-home edition here. That is Spectre, my GSD. For those of you that don't know what a specter is a spirit. So we'll have a little fun with that. Anyway, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to circle back around to Yorktown Memorial Hospital, Yorktown, Texas. Now, first thing I'm going to say is, yes, this place is haunted. Okay? You know, I have only reviewed, and I'm not even done with that, but I've only reviewed what we done with our guide. I haven't been using his name because I don't know if he would appreciate me using his name or not. I suppose I could, but I'm just going to call him our guide for now. But things have gotten a little bit interesting since we were there, okay? In the last week, I have found a news clip from a Texas ABC affiliate. And what that news clip was stating was that Yorktown Hospital had to be shut down because it was unsafe to be in, basically. But not unsafe because of any haunting, but more unsafe due to building code violation type of things. Now, Dennis and I were through just about everywhere in that building. As an owner of commercial property, bullshit. Okay? Now I will say down in the basement there is one wall that is kind of collapsing that we did see, and I'm sure we have body cam footage of that wall, and I'll get around to that eventually. But it's not a load bearing wall, it's not a foundation wall, it's just a wall along a hallway. Okay? There are some missing windows with for lack of a better term, screens over them. But I didn't see anything that I would deem unsafe in this building. The hallways are clear of debris. So you tell me. All right, let's continue on. Now, I did put up a couple pics earlier. Was it last week or the week before? I'm trying to remember. No, that would have had to been in the last week. Of the proverbial jail cell, for lack of a better word. Now, our guide told us this was for, like, violent people going through, like, detox. They'd put them in there to keep everybody safe. Somebody on the page messaged, and if you go on the page where that post is, you can see the conversation we had. They said that jail cell was from the 1912 City Hall jail that was torn down in 2020, and she gave a name of the person. But I'm definitely not going to call this person a liar because I don't have enough factual information on this. But as you know, if you've followed Crossingaurd for a while, you know we have been to several jails and prisons. Okay, do you have any idea what your typical jail cell door weighs? This is not something you're going to move around without considerable effort. And to move a whole cell into the basement of this hospital in 2020, and I'm not talking this from a para standpoint, but just from a logistical standpoint, that was no small undertaking. Now, I did go on YouTube and tried to find any older footage from investigations. And there was some investigations from 10, 11, 12 years ago from Yorktown that were on YouTube, but I could not find any video footage of that part of the building. All the basement footage seems to be centered around the spot where the murder was and around the incinerator area. So I can't prove or debunk either way. If somebody's got a link to some older footage of that area, I'd be very interested in taking a look at that. Okay. Part number two about Yorktown. Now, being that this my headset just told me it was disconnecting for some reason. So I hope we've still got an audio feed here. I don't quite understand that. Let's uh, let's see what we got here. I don't know. Maybe my battery's dead. So hopefully you can hear me just over the phone. Um, we were told that the admin. Good morning, Jamie. Can you hear me? Okay. Good to see you too. Can you hear me okay? Because my headset died. Anyway, I will continue on. All right, so we were told that the admin of the hospital was a nun by the name of Sister Mary Monica, which actually I kind of related to because I had an aunt that was a nun that was Sister Mary Martin, which has got nothing to do with Yorktown by any means. But I did find a clip last night with a picture of a nun. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Thank you. A picture of a nun, but her name or the name below the picture was not Sister Mary Monica. It was Sister Helen Marie. Now, was maybe a different nun in charge when they opened as a drug rehab facility after the hospital's closing? That I do not know.
trying to find some good, verifiable history on this location was tough. I spent a lot of time last night trying to prepare for today's Monday Minute. I was trying to present a little more factual information, and that was fruitless, shall we say. So, Sister Helen Marie was the admin of the hospital. Now, who the admin was during the drug and rehab stages, I cannot confirm or deny. I assure you, I'm sure, I'm going out on a limb here, I'm sure it was not the same person. Okay? So, if anybody can verify any of that, I would be interested in knowing that. Okay, that's what I've got for Yorktown today. If you go on YouTube, you can see a clip from the ABC News affiliate in Texas saying that the building has been shut down. There are new owners who have not had the property that long. I had also heard from the person that posted on the page about the, pardon my nose, allergies. Uh, where the hell was I going here? Oh, yeah. The person that posted about the jail cell that I had pictured also said that the former owner was into antiques, and there would be, kind of led me to believe that there would be like a bunch of antiques stacked up in his building somewhere. We did not see that anywhere. There is what I would term more like industrial type of components, industrial scrap, that kind of thing. Knowing the area of Texas that we were in, probably related to oil drilling. And we were told that the former owner was going to be clearing all that out of there. Again, I cannot confirm or deny. So if anybody can get me any info on that scenario, I would also be interested in that. Pardon me, I got to get a little coffee here. No, Jan is not with us today. Well, she may be in spirit anyway, but Jan is in my office, and seeing that we're on a national holiday, I'm doing this for my lazy boy. Okay. We're all good with that. Okay. What else do we got going on today? We're going to move on from Yorktown, but I am open to anybody that can get me anything else I can verify on this location. Yes, this place is haunted. If you haven't seen the shadow footage that I posted, it's just a brief clip. Shadows and shadow movement can be very fleeting. Fortunately, we review close enough where we can catch those things, and I did slow them down. There is a link to a clip on YouTube. One was from Dennis's body cam. Another was from mine. So different camera angles. Check it out. Check it out. Let me know what you think. What else are we going to talk about today? The new Conjuring movie coming out. I saw something posted somewhere that somebody was saying that the Warrens were grifters and frauds, and I've heard this before. I know Tony Spira. I've talked to him at his Paracons in the past. We also know Father Bob Bailey, who in the past has been on a couple of the Para TV shows. and who has been involved in
some of the haunted
items, I guess, for lack of a better denunciation on that. But yeah, I don't know why people get those ideas. Granted, there are still people out there that say spirit ghosts don't exist. Yeah. Roll another one. Okay.
or better yet,
If that's your belief, why weren't you there with us at Yorktown? Have you ever noticed people that really denounce certain investigators, certain teams,
you couldn't get them into a
genuine haunted location to save their own life? You ever notice that?
we'll move on from
There. But yeah, I will be checking out the new movie. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Tony and Judy do make a cameo in that movie. I think I heard Tony say that at one point in time.
been a
Been a
little.
while. I don't know. I could be, you know, whatever. Where else are we gonna go? We have the Paracon coming up in Glenbeulah in a couple of weeks. We will be up there that Saturday. We'll be easy to find. We'll have the Crossingaurd t-shirts on. Stop us. Say hey. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to know if you like the evidence that I put links to. We'd be
Real happy
to know about that. So if you see us up there, say hey. Okay, so we touched on Yorktown, we touched on Glenbeulah, we touched on The Conjuring. What else do we got for today? There was something else I wanted to talk about. Maybe my caffeine just hasn't kicked in yet. But again, personal opinion, I don't really think there's any building safety concerns at Yorktown Hospital.
I'm also going to tell you
A little story. Now that I'm thinking about it, we were taking a late night break when we were there, so we were outside, sitting on the porch, so to speak, the front steps. It's really not a porch. It's front steps to a hospital. We've all seen pictures of it, so you know what I'm talking about. There's only one main entrance, and that's where we were sitting, and it's, I don't know, 12:30 at night, whatever it was. It was a very hot day in Texas in the 90s. I hope to see you there, Jamie. I do. And so we were taking a break because it was equally hot, if not hotter, in that hospital. Oh, it was brutal. It was, temperature wise, this is probably one of the most brutal investigations we have been on in a long time. My t-shirt was soaked. My vest was soaked. On an upside, maybe I lost a couple pounds. I don't know. Anyway, so we're sitting outside and we have a view of the street, and we see a sheriff coming up the street. Well, he sees two guys sitting out on the steps, so he's going to come in and investigate.
we ended up talking
to the sheriff for at least 20 minutes, maybe a little longer. His wife and himself were parafans, but I will say, and I've heard this from a lot of other sources too, that they don't watch Ghost Adventures anymore because Zach is possessed every episode. I get that.
I haven't been possessed
Yet.
but
him and his wife are para fans. We did give him a couple of cards, directed him to our Facebook page and YouTube channel. So, maybe the sheriff has checked out a couple clips that we posted so far from Yorktown. We did ask him if he wanted to come in the building with us. We got a flat out no. He did not. He did tell us of a time when he was on duty where there was a reported break-in and he had to go in. Although I don't know if he went in alone or not, but when you're investigating a break-in, you've got to go in every nook, cranny, closet, stairwell. He was not a whole lot of fond of that. But he was a cool guy. He had just come on duty. I said, so you've got the after bar shift, and he basically was like, don't curse my luck, because he was just basically just starting his shift. He probably started his shift at like midnight or 11 p.m. or whatever. Who knows? Okay, that's what we got for the Monday Minute for today. Be good to each other. We're all we got. Okay? That being said,